This is Talk of the Town, a weekly program featuring community events happening in and around Northeast Michigan, with your host, Nancy Smitham, and get the latest from Alpena Community College with Dr. Don McMaster. And now, today's Talk of the Town.
Good morning and welcome to Talk of the Town. I'm Nancy Smitham. My first two guests are both here today from Huron Humane Society. I have Paige Hamilton and Cindy Johnson. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning. Thanks for having us.
Thanks for being here. And let's start out with you, Paige. You brought a lovely guest with you today.
I do. This is Aster. She came in with 6 brothers and sisters. Hi. And she's the only one that's not adopted yet.
Oh.
So
she's so beautiful.
Yes.
and really nice markings.
Yes,
and playful and fun. How long before she'll be adopted? I mean, ready? Is she ready?
She's ready to go home.
Oh, she is
Yep.
ready. She
She's
seems
8
so
weeks
tiny.
old. Yep. She's ready to go home. Just looking for
Kitten season
someone.
is in full swing.
Yes, I think kitten season is in full
I
swing.
think
So,
so.
Cindy, what would it take for someone to be able to come in and take Aster home?
They would have to fill out an application. It would be approved by staff.
Okay.
Cody would approve that, and if they're approved, they'd be able to pay her adoption fee and go home with her. She will come with a free spay and neuter when she's old enough to have that, a free vet visit, and a little package of food.
Yay! Yay! And then I know you said you have more kittens too.
Yes, we have more kittens. We have 2 mamas that gave birth about almost 2 weeks ago. So
Okay.
we have the maternity is filling up. Yeah.
So now, can people come in and look at the kittens ahead of time, or how does that work?
Right now we've closed down maternity because
Okay.
the moms are kind of stressed. We have
Oh.
one mom that kept putting her kittens in her litter box, and it's just too much activity
okay.
for her. So we have closed that room down, except staff going in there periodically to check on them and let the mom figure out where she wanted to put her kittens. She hid them under the staircase that's in there, and she's doing wonderful.
Okay.
So we have to do what's in the best interest of
Yes.
the moms at this point. But in a couple of weeks, people will be allowed to go in there when the kittens are bigger and their eyes are opened, and then start deciding if they would like to choose one.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
Only the
just
cutest things.
I just want to say something briefly too. It's going there. I always say it's so clean, it's squeaky clean in there. It's just like ridiculously clean. So
We try.
Yeah, and you do a very good job. So
try.
the animals are very, very well taken care
They
of.
are, and it cuts down on animals getting sick,
Yes.
and the cleaner it is, the better it is for the animals. So
Well, you're
it's a good
definitely
thing.
achieving that goal.
Thank you very much.
And talking about achieving goals, you have a lot of fundraisers coming up.
We do. The gala is coming up, and the gala is May 10th at 5:30 at Fletcher Street Depot. Lots of exciting things going on at the gala this year. It's Return of the Great Gatsby, so our theme is again the Roaring '20s. We had fun with it last year, and we hope to have even more fun with it this year. So tickets are available at Neiman's Family Market, As You Wish Gourmet Eatery, the local basket case, and the Huron Humane Society.
Okay.
You can also go online and purchase tickets. So you can go to the Huron Humane Society Inc.org and you can purchase your tickets there. We will send you the tickets. If it gets too close to the gala, we will have your tickets at the door for you.
So tell me how the evening progresses. What's happening there?
So about 6 o'clock or so, and we have beer and wine, a nice selection of beer and wine this year. It's a sit-down dinner. It's a buffet. You go get yours, and everyone has a sit-down dinner, so it's nice. But about 6 o'clock, we'll auction off our celebrity table, and you'll be served by celebrity servers if you're fortunate enough to win that winning bid on that table. And then the evening will kick off. Kevin Burr is our auctioneer this year. We'll have music by Charles Madison.
Yay.
So it's going to be a fun evening. Some of the items that are on the live auction, because we have live and silent auction this year. Some of the items on the live auction are Tom Morisco. He always does a beautiful knife for us. We have some white-tailed deer tours by from Cliff Anschutz Chevrolet, who is actually our presenting sponsor this year. So
Very good.
we can't thank him enough for doing that. And Dinner for 10 prepared by Chef Kevin Peterson.
Yay.
And that will be held at the Thunder Bay Winery. Thunder Bay Winery will provide the wine, and Charles Madison will play music. So that'll be on the auction block.
That's great.
We have a massage chair, custom cornhole set by Corey Code. You have to see it. It's absolutely stunning.
Oh, it is so awesome.
Plane ride provided by Dr. Courier. We can't thank him enough for that. And this year, this is new and exciting to us. Erica Hainstock, and I don't know if you follow her on Facebook, but her dogs had puppies, golden doodles she has, and she is giving us one for the live auction.
Oh my goodness gracious!
So if you go and follow her on Facebook, Erica Hainstock, Monroe will be our doodle at the auction that evening. So we are excited about that, and he's absolutely adorable. Rich Ryder will do a custom painting of your pet. That'll be on the auction block, and that'll be a big hit.
Oh, yes.
If you haven't followed him, go on his Facebook page and see some of his work. It's absolutely stunning.
Work, yes.
And we are fortunate enough to have 2 of his paintings in the shelter. We are thrilled. We'll have a grill package by Susan Weeks. Some of the people and things in the silent auction, Grace's Escape has given us something, Rabbit Hole, Janet Wallace's shop downtown, Great Lakes Divers, Young's Appliance, Grace Marshall's making us 2 necklaces. One is a cat themed, one is a dog themed. That's exciting. And she will also be one of our celebrity servers. Janet Ferrentos is crocheting, and if you haven't seen one that she's done, they're absolutely gorgeous. A little motorcycle jacket for a child about 6, she said. PetSmart donated to us this year. Basket Case has donated. Prattscape has donated. So those are some of the things, but we have a whole host, way too many to mention. And if I've forgotten anyone, I don't mean to. There's just too much to mention in the time that we have.
Okay, we're almost out of time, so mention your other fundraisers.
Okay, upcoming fundraisers. We have Bissell Empty the Shelter is May 4th. That will be on a Saturday from 11 until 6. Details are coming. You can go to our Facebook page for more.
Okay.
Shopping for a Cause at Prattscape will be May 31st to June 1st.
Okay.
He's been kind enough to do that. And the Fur Bowl is coming up June 4th. 14th. It's pushed out a little bit because the gala was pushed out a little bit, but we're kind of excited about that.
So you can get all this information on your Facebook page.
Yes.
And always in need of volunteers.
Always.
Stop by, fill out a volunteered application, and go from there.
Yes.
Thank you both so much for being here, and I'm sure that little baby, I'm sure. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I'll be right back with Joe Rabarchek, and we're going to be talking about movies in the park following these messages. Hi, welcome back. As promised, I'm with Joe Rabarchek, and we're going to talk about movies in the park. Hi, Joe.
Hi, how's it going?
It's going great. And how many years have you been doing movies in the park?
We started doing Summer Movies by the Bay in 2015, I believe, so this will be our 5th year now doing it. Yeah.
And you know, I like that you do an eclectic mix, and I like when you go and you see little kids in pajamas, and you see families spread out on rugs, and you see snacks and food, and everyone comes and they have a great time.
They do, yeah. It's great to get the community out there, free events that you know we love doing. We love putting these on, and that's what it's all about: getting families out there to enjoy a night in the summer, watching films that you might not be able to see otherwise, and
or maybe if you have seen it
or before. If you've seen it before, maybe not on the big screen,
right?
And definitely probably not on the big screen for free outside under the stars. So it's definitely a special event
with the smell and the sounds of the city and the park and the bay and all that wonderful stuff all around you.
Definitely, yeah. We love doing it.
So now they're all free. So how do you get your money to put these on? Because I know it costs quite a bit of money to do this event.
It does, yeah. That's a good point. We get our money. All of our money comes from sponsorships and anybody that wants to donate. So we do have a donation bin out at every event, and we also sell some concessions, popcorn, and drinks and candy and stuff like that. But that really doesn't pay for the films that we put on. Each film that we put on costs roughly $350 to $400 to put on. So it's definitely not free. But it's free we want to keep it free and free for the community, so we really rely on community sponsors for these events.
So if someone's listening and says, hey, that's somewhere I'd like to spend my advertising dollars, what's the best way to reach someone to get some packages or know what the costs are?
Right, they can contact us via our Facebook page at facebook.com/moviesbythebay.
Okay.
Or our email, nemicinema@gmail.com.
Okay.
And the sponsorship will be for the Summer Movies by the Bay event, and we also, our Thunder Bay Film Society, we also put on the Sunrise 45 Film Festival in August, and so the sponsorship helps with all of the events that we put on over the course of the year.
So how do you pick which movies you're going to show?
Well, it's a combination of demand from past years. In the past, we've done we've let the community vote on films that they might like to see in the future. And then also just our committee gets together over several meetings and kind of just hashes out ideas of, you know, what we'd like to see, and kind of just a combination of those things. We decide, you know, what have we done before and what are popular films that we think would draw a large crowd, and just go from there.
What movies brought the most people so far?
I think our largest in the past was probably Finding Nemo,
Really?
actually. And it just so happened that we showed it during Father's Day weekend, which is kind of funny because it's about a father and son,
Right.
and but it just sort of happened that way. But we had a very large crowd for that. We had a really nice crowd for Jurassic Park as well last year, and had a dinosaur from Dinosaur Gardens come. They brought the raptor in the cage, and all the kids came out and took pictures with that, and so it was a lot of fun. We've had quite a few. You know, I would say on average we get about 100, 150 people at the films.
Amazing.
So, you know, it's not bad for Alpena.
No, it's not bad at all. So tell me about the movies we're going to be able to see by the Bay this year.
Sure. So our first movie is May 31st.
Okay.
And it's going to be Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
Ooh.
That's the original 1971 version. And then, so we're going to do 4 movies this year. We'll do one in May, one in June, one in July, and one in August.
Okay.
So the second would be June 28th is WALL-E, the Pixar animated film. July 26th is Jaws.
Ooh.
And August 23rd is Hook, the Robin Williams version.
So do you have some props and fun things planned for each movie?
We are currently planning, still in the planning stages of some of these, so we're not going to put anything out there quite yet about that, but we'll let you know. And we keep our Facebook page updated with all the other extra events and everything that we have going on.
Well, when I think of Willy Wonka, I think, of course, chocolate, and we have chocolatiers in our community, so
let's see if any of them want to get involved. They could certainly contact us.
And then when I think of Jaws, you're right there on the water. That could lead to some fun things too.
Definitely, yeah, for sure. And that's sort of we've had a couple of people in the community say, Jaws, please, you know, and this year we're like, okay, we're going to do it this year, and it's so appropriate being right on the water there.
Oh, yes.
And hopefully we don't get any lake sharks coming into the bay or anything. But
Sand sharks at Jimmy Buffett's.
Yeah.
And then what about volunteers? Do you have a need for volunteers?
Yes, we always appreciate volunteers. We're a very small, our board is a very small crew. You know, there's only about 5 or 6 of us, you know, depending. It kind of wanes and waxes throughout the year, but yeah, we're always appreciative of volunteers. These are big events to put on, to sell popcorn and concessions, to help us put up our screen, set up our projection and everything else, as well as volunteers for our film festival later in the year. So I think there's a lot of opportunities for that, and it's a lot of fun. You know, I think people could have a lot of fun with it.
And what time do the movies start?
So because of the fact that it's summer and it gets dark much later,
Yes.
The movies can't start until it gets dark enough to actually see the projection on the screen. So generally, the movies won't start until 9:30, 10 o'clock.
Okay.
Yeah, and then they usually go about 2 hours, so you're looking about 10 to midnight.
Okay.
So, but as we get in later into the summer, July and August, they will be able to start a little earlier as the sun goes down a little bit earlier. So, and we'll have that all on our site too. Once we post this, it'll all be, you know, we have actually the time of the sunset and civil twilight and everything, so you can kind of know, yeah, when you can expect the film to start.
All right, so if someone wants to volunteer, if someone wants to be a sponsor, or just come to the movies, and we encourage all families to come, bring chairs, bring blankets.
Definitely.
Bring whatever, bring your families, bring snacks, come on down and have a good time. And the best way to reach you again is?
At our Facebook page, facebook.com/moviesbythebay, or you can just type in search Summer Movies by the Bay and you'll find us. We'll be the first one there. Or our email, nemicinema, N-E-M-I, cinema@gmail.com.
Okay, then I look forward to hearing more about the film festival too.
Okay, yeah, perfect.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for having me on.
I'll be right back with Dr. Don McMaster following these messages.
Good morning. I am Jay Walterite, Director of Public Information and Marketing for Alpena Community College, and this is the ACC portion of Talk of the Town. With me this morning is Officer Chet Spencer. Welcome, Chet. How are you?
Good, thank you.
Chet is the college's new school resource officer. Chet and his colleagues have joined us for spring semester 2019, is that right?
That's correct, yes.
And so now it's April, so it's been about 4 months. So first of all, welcome. We're glad to have you at the college. And would you like to share some of your initial experiences at the college? What's it like being there?
The college is, what I've seen in the 3 months I've been there, a very typical college. It's very peaceful. It's very quiet. The students and staff are very friendly. Honestly, there's not a lot in the way of crime. I've had one complaint since I've been there, but it's a very comfortable, nice place to work.
Well, great. I know that I see you in the hallways often, and you always have a smile on your face, and it's always nice to have you there. I know that we put together an office for you and your colleagues. How's that going?
It's going very well. Yeah, it's everything I need's there. Everything's working. It's couldn't be better.
Well, great. So what have you noticed about how we operate and how our students operate?
It's like I say, I went to school. It's been a while since I've been in college, but it runs pretty much the same way as I was in college, except there's some more technological advances. There's, online stuff and teleprompt stuff through long distance learning through monitors. But it's very orderly. And like I say, everybody seems to be pretty comfortable. There's not a lot of stress in the air. It seems to be well run and going smoothly.
So as you're walking around and talking with people, what would you call your responsibilities?
Well, the program's new, so each program kind of takes on its own personality, so we're still in the infant stages. But it'd be much like my time when I was a school liaison officer at the high school. The way I view it is I'm just another helping hand for the students. When talking to staff, I understand that at certain times of the year, one of the kind of reoccurring themes is students suffer sometimes from seasonal depression, or they'll come with some needs, express needs for maybe some suicidal thoughts they start having. So I would definitely be another helping hand to help get them channeled to the people that could help them. Sometimes if they just need to talk to somebody, I'll definitely be there for them. So it's just kind of another helping hand to help them if I can. And then the other aspect of the position is safety and security, and ensuring that we all work together and kind of be a team to ensure that if there is a crisis, that the odds are that we will handle it with minimal to no bad consequences.
So you're aware that ACC has a criminal justice program. Did you go through that program?
I did not go through ACC's program. I live downstate around Port Huron, so I went through another community college's ACC program, our criminal justice program, and then I transferred up to Lake Superior State University and finished up there.
Great. Have you had a chance to see any of the classes in ACC's program?
I have. Professor Larry Thompson had me in for a classroom discussion recently, and I've talked to him at length about their program.
Great.
And I'm pretty impressed with it.
Great. It's really nice that you have a chance to interact with those students. They must get some interesting perspectives from you.
Yes, it was fun. Yeah, I had a good time.
Well, good. So what does ACC do well, and what do we need help doing?
Like I say, I think it's a well-run organization. I think that there's always room for improvement no matter what you're talking about with entities. I think that the fact that we're joining for teams and getting some teamwork going with the police department and the college as well as the Alpena Public Schools, we're all working together towards a common goal. So, and I think that we can only improve with security and safety and change with the current times, because unfortunately we live in a different time than when you and I grew up and went to school.
That's true. April is Sexual Assault Awareness Month. I know you and your colleagues participate in our Clery Committee on campus. That committee is focused on providing a safe campus and educating students on good behaviors and how to keep safe. So we really appreciate your participation on that committee. I think it's very helpful for the students, sometimes who are away from their families for the first time, to have that type of learning opportunity to keep safe without ever having to experience something bad. So thank you for your participation. The Sexual Assault Awareness Month is going very well. There's been a number of activities going on. I think I've seen your name on a card up on a wall.
Oh, yes, yes. Yeah.
So have there been any other activities in which you guys have been involved with on campus?
Not at this time. I have been asked to participate in commencement, to be present. So, like I say, the program's in its very infancy stages, so it's developing as we go. But I fully anticipate getting more involved with activities as the relationship grows.
Great. You know, you mentioned activities. I know that either you or your colleagues have attended ACC Board of Trustees meetings.
Mm-hmm.
It's always nice to see you in the back of the room. Hopefully they're not too long or boring for you.
Oh no, it's a pleasure to be there, and it helps kind of keep a full view of everything that's going on, and it just keeps the flow going well, so everybody's on the same page. It's a good use of time.
Well, great. Well, that's just about all of our time for Talk to the Town. So Chet, thank you for doing the show with me, and thank you for all that you and your colleagues do for ACC. It's great to have you there.
It's our pleasure. We're glad to be there.
And thank you for joining us this morning. Once again, I am Jay Walterwright, Director of Public Information and Marketing for Alpena Community College, and this is Talk of the Town.
This has been Talk of the Town with your host, Nancy Smitham and Dr. Don McMaster. For a list of community events taking place in Northeast Michigan, please visit our website at wbkb11.com and click on our community link. This has been a Thunder Bay Broadcasting Corporation production.